Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to yet another Destiny 2 video. Today we have finally uncovered and unlocked the final forge within the Black Armory expansion, and I am super excited because this actually lets us progress on the quest line for the mysterious exotic box. Now what the exotic mysterious box quest line actually grants you at the very end of it is the IZANAGI'S burden. Now this is an exotic sniper rifle that has so many people excited because of its one-shot body shot capabilities in the Crucible. It's also an absolute beast in the PvE landscape, and I'm going to be reviewing it in a future video, but today I'm going to be showing you a full in-depth guide on how you can get that weapon for yourselves. Now the very first thing that you're going to want to do is go over to the Gulch and follow the directions that I've been taking. You're going to end up at the Volunter Forge, and the very first thing you need is actually the box itself. So go to the left here and drop down, and you're going to see this very interesting crate that you can go ahead and collect the loot out of. Now this is going to drop you the mysterious exotic box, and it's going to require 4 different sets of keys. Now each one of these keys is attained from completing certain steps within each of the forges, and there's 4 of them in total. So it's very important to note that you're going to be shooting the exact same drones in 4 different forges. Starting off with the Volunter Forge, after phase 1, you're going to go ahead and shoot the first drone, which is located by these trees. Go ahead and shoot that, and then turn around, look into the cave, and you're going to see the second drone. Once you shoot both of them, you'll know that you did it correctly if you see the maximum temper buff in the bottom left of your screen. If you do not see that buff, that means you did not successfully shoot those drones. And it's also important to note that a teammate can shoot it for you and it'll still count. One other thing worth mentioning is that you do not have to kill the boss and successfully complete the forge. As long as you shoot the 2 and there's maximum temper, this chest will actually spawn right beside where the forge drill is, and it'll give you the key that you're after. That's going to grant you the fish hook key, and that is of course for the Volunter Forge. Moving on to the Glimmer Forge on Nessus, you're going to go ahead and shoot the first drone after phase 1, just like in the Volunter Forge, and that drone's going to be in the very middle back on top of that structure circling around. The second one's going to be right here by this left hand side rock, and it's going to be circling around it. It's a very tall rock, so you really can't miss it. Now when you go up to pick up the chest this time around, you're going to get a different key. This key is called just the hand lock key, and that's going to be the second one. And once you're done with basically inputting that one, you're going to move on to the third one, which is going to be the butterfly lock. This is over at the IZANAGI'S Forge on Nessus as well. It's going to be on the left hand side. There's 2 platforms. Go to the left one, shoot the one that spawns up right there, and then when you look across to the other platform, it's going to be circling in the adjacent spot, and those are the 2 you need right there. Again, the maximum temper is basically linear across all of these forges that you're doing. Make sure that pops up once you shoot the drones. You go ahead and open up the chest, and that will give you the third and final key for a while. It was the final key, but today, like I mentioned earlier, we do have access to the final forge, and I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what you need to do because this is when it starts to get a little bit interesting and a little bit more hard. Go straight to Ada, and she's going to give you a Black Armory Key mold. This is the very start of a quest line that is pretty lengthy. It took me about 2 hours to complete, so if you have the prerequisites, which one of those included is a rare bounty from Ada, then this is going to take you somewhere between an hour and a half to 3 hours depending on how quick you are. Now what you need to do is actually go ahead and seek out these lenses that are going to drop once you kill the Watchers in the Leviathan raid. So what you want to do is load that up, preferably go to the underbelly right off the rip, and then go ahead and kill as many of these Watchers as possible. You need a total of 25 of these lenses from the Watchers, and once you do that, the quest step will update, and it'll tell you that you then need to pick up Glimmering Amethyst. I may be saying that incorrectly. If I am, apologies in advance, but it's going to basically ask you for a lot of these. Now what I've noticed is that if you do a public heroic event, you're going to get 5% towards the 100%, which is equivalent to 10 of those. Now if you run strikes on the other hand, you're going to get 20 of them, which is equivalent to 10%. I would very much recommend running strikes because you can simply do the Lake of Shadows on repeat and you can speed run it very quickly. You can actually get like maybe an entire run of one of those strikes in about 4 minutes, so it's very very quick, and I would recommend doing that. And once you're done with that, it's going to tell you that you basically have to go forge the ignition at the brand new forge that we have unlocked. The first drone that you're going to have to shoot is behind that pillar, and the second one is going to be rotating around these two red pipes. Now in this clip I do not shoot it because my teammates shot it, but it doesn't matter, like I mentioned earlier. As long as somebody in your fire team shoots both of them, then you will get the maximum temper. And once you finish this, it will update and you'll actually get yourself the next part of the quest, and this is going to be a black armory key, which you then put inside of the mysterious exotic box that you currently have. That is going to be all 4 of the keys. You then put it inside the box and the quest will then update. Insert the key and then the quest will update to a mysterious decryption device as well as a mysterious data pad. Then you're going to have to go back to Ada to continue the quest. She will then give you a unidentified frame. Now you're not sure exactly what this is, so you're going to have to go and basically make this frame from scratch. The first thing you need to do is actually get an obsidian crystal collected. Now this is where the rare bounty comes into play with Ada. If you did hand in beforehand a lot of regular bounties, there's a very small chance that you can actually get yourself a rare bounty. So if you already have this rare bounty and you completed it, go ahead and just simply turn it in, and it's going to give you the item that you need to actually continue this quest line. But if you're stuck here and do not have a rare bounty, what I would recommend is going to Ada obviously and picking up all of the bounties that she has and just simply completing them and turning them in. It's a very rare chance that you can get this. It's probably about 5 to 10% if I really had to take a rough guess, so it is a little bit difficult to get this thing, but if you do, then you can then move on to the next steps of this quest. Like I mentioned, go ahead and hand in the rare bounty that you have once you complete it, and you're going to get yourself something that's called the obsidian crystal. Go ahead and consume it and it'll update the unidentified frame to ask you for the ascendant glass shard. This can be found once you complete the shattered throne, and once you do that, you're actually going to get another piece in the quest, and this will actually update automatically. So there's no need to consume it, it'll automatically consume, and it'll ask you for the next step, which is radiant phase glass, I believe. So you're gonna have to collect that, and this will be a special mission on the map on Io. So open up your director and go to Io, and you're going to notice that there is a blue quest line, and it's actually 650 power. So be prepared, it does lock your loadout as well. It's just basically the Pyramidian strike, so you know, do it as you usually do, but just be careful at the boss, because if you do knock his head off too early, it might be a little bit challenging as the guy does hit pretty hard. There's a few things on like extinguish as well, so be careful. Now finally, there's going to be a second part to the lock and key quest line, and this one's going to be located in the EDZ. It's going to ask you to go back to the EDZ and again back to the forge area, but this time you do have to start the quest again. So if you go ahead, open up your director, you'll see a blue quest, and this is going to be 650 power, and it will lock your loadout. You're going to go into the forge once again, and this time fight Sepix. So you're going to go in there and fight him. There's no need to do any of the batteries or the forge ignition like you're seeing in the background footage. Unfortunately, my PS4 died halfway through, and I don't know why, but the footage completely corrupted, so I don't have me actually fighting the boss, but it's just a simple boss. He's got the drones around him, and you just have to kill him. Now once you do, you bring the final piece back to Ada, and she will then reward you with the exotic weapon itself called the IZANAGI'S burden. So this is the exotic sniper rifle that I was talking about at the beginning of the video, guys. This is how you get it. It's a pretty lengthy quest, but again, you could probably bang this all out in about 3 hours if you're very fast, I suppose, and if you do have a fire team on the same steps as you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, a like rating as always would be very much appreciated. Subscribe for more daily Destiny 2 content. Have yourselves a great day, and good luck with this quest, guys. Peace.